What up, friends? This is the LomoApparat, and it is terrible. In this video, I want to guide you through step by step everything that I think is really badly designed about this camera. And let's start at the beginning, is loading up the film. Once you open the back, you'll notice the door stops here. Now, on, let's say, the best end of the scale, got something like the Spotmatic. Door opens super wide, you got all this real estate to load up your film. Now, yes, some point and shoots, Olympus LT1 for example, don't open all the way, but they've got automatic take-up inside. This one, you've got all of this in the way while you're trying to manually load your film inside, and it is just really annoying, and I don't know why it's like that. Now, next up, let me just take off the handle. Now, next up is advancing the film, and it uses the disposable camera style advance knob, which is fine. There's nothing really wrong with that, except the design choice they've made is to inlay it into the back of the camera. So as you roll your thumb across it, you make zero contact with it whatsoever. You have to use your thumb to advance it right on the tip, and it gets really sore, but in the roll. Why? Okay, now the last step of shooting a roll is rewinding the film. And with most respectable cameras, you might have this little button at the bottom there, which you press, and then the film becomes very free and you can rewind it smoothly and comfortable. Not this time, because this one uses pure brute force. Yeah, I'm talking every single time that you turn that handle, you feel like you're gonna rip the film in half. Now, I did try to combine both the handle and the rewind knob, but like the other way, and it helps a bit, but it is painful, uncomfortable, and I hate it. Now, within all this fun and games of shooting a roll, you may want to use one of the accessories. And don't worry, these two have the usability of pockets on women's clothes. Let's start with the Splitzer, the thing that you put over your lens to take surreal double exposures and Inception style cityscapes, a key aspect of which is clever, precise composition. Except when you put the Splitzer on the lens, you can't see through the viewfinder anymore, which makes it impossible to actually compose anything. Anyway, what's next? In the little bag of goodies, we got the close-up lens. Little attachment so you can get right up in your friend's grill. Great idea, except there's no parallax correction lines in the viewfinder at all, so good luck composing anything at all with that as well. Next, Prism. Yeah, it's a prism, fine. It does what a prism does. No nods. So, what else do we have on this thing? Yes, the flash. You got little colored gels on here. Very cool, sure, but very intentional. You have to want to shoot colored flashes. I imagine a large amount of people are walking around just wanting to have a nice normal white flash. Well, guess what? You gotta have this whole traffic light's worth of gel sticking out the top of your camera just to get to the bare white flash. Okay, last one. And it's the last one because maybe just I'm the idiot. And that is the double exposure button on the back here. I didn't read the manual. I'm a guy. It's a camera. How hard can it be? Now, if you've used a camera with multiple exposures on, you might be used to pressing a button or activating a switch, then recocking the shutter by advancing to the next frame and taking the second exposure. However, in this case, if you advance to the next frame after activating the switch, you literally do advance to the next frame. So you're gonna have half an exposure in one frame and half an exposure in the other frame, like this guy. Because in this case, you just press it and then you take another picture. It's actually quite good, because there are some good things about this camera. Hopefully the negativity has helped audience retention, and I tricked you all to stay here. And now it's time for some positivity. First of all, I just want to give Lomography the credit which they seem to be lacking in the community for releasing a real brand new camera. Rollei and Pentax both released brand new 35mm cameras and got a lot of press, as they should. Meanwhile, Kodak released a new, well, this is a lot of this. Kodak released a new camera, except it's the same one that Ilford released, and Agfa released, and every local lab around the world also released. Then Kodak released a new electronic point and shoot, the S88, for £70. Then Film Never Die released a brand new camera for £150. Also, there's this cheap electronic point and shoot on Alibaba for £30, which is completely unrelated to both of those. Anyway, tangent over, I'm here to talk about Lomography and positivity, and this is not a reskin. It's also a new 35mm camera with a bunch of cool features. And Lomography also released a brand new 110 camera with exposure compensation, auto exposure, multiple exposure, a flash. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff coming out of this company, and I think we should give them more credit than they seem to be getting. So let's talk about the good points of this camera, and we can start by some of the stuff I've already said. The replaceable colored gels over the flashes is a very cool feature for those who are going to use it. The multiple exposure mode, if you read the manual, is very easy to use. It's got a tripod mount, it's got bulb mode, the flash uses AA batteries instead of some weird format that's hard to find, and it comes in a bunch of different colorways, which honestly I think is a very cool feature. Sure, it doesn't help the FOMO if you bought one and then a cooler colorway comes out. Definitely not good for those people with gas, but I'd love to see a little bit more colorways available, like the old Pentax Q7. Imagine a pink and blue Pentax 1.7 would be hella cool. And I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in another video. Peace.